Hello everyone, it's me Hunter from CoolRidge Productions, and we're back today with another kind of small mock. I guess that's the best way to put it. So what I ended up doing is I got a hold of two of the Jabba the Hutt palaces from the Boba Fett, or maybe or is it like Boba Fett's palace now? I can't remember what the set's called, but obviously it's from the Book of Boba Fett. It's the big one with Jabba's old palace, now Boba Fett's palace. But I digress. This build is the idea of after just getting a hold of two of the sets, mainly for figures. I was kind of starting to build the set, and I really didn't like it. And that's just me personally. I don't think it's a terrible set. It's just not my kind of set. It was definitely more of a figure grab than a set grab as a whole, and I think a lot of people kind of feel that way. Whether you actually like the set, whether you don't like the set, whether you just want the figures, whether you're kind of in between both. But anyways, so what I thought I would do was take the parts and build something different. I actually really like this. Basically an alternate build, and this is using parts from two of that set and only parts from that set. Now, if I want to keep this structure together, I'm actually going to go ahead and make some changes to it myself for my collection, mainly because I don't like having the gray base around it. I'm going to kind of make some modifications so everything's tan. It's all tan just like the rest of Tatooine. But for this video, I wanted to keep it strictly pure, only using, again, parts from the set. So this is what I call my little Quarren gang hangout. Inside, when I open it up, you'll see it's only the Quarren figures. Now, I did take a liberty in changing the torso. So other than the torsos and legs of the Quarren minifigures, everything else in here should be from the set. Again, minifigures excluded. So, it's pretty simple. I try to get inspired by not only the Jabba's Palace, the set, the actual palace from the films and TV shows, but as well as just other parts of Tatooine. I think this kind of mimics it pretty well. I think my goal would be is if I were to have the Mos Eisley Cantina, the big $300 playset one, or Ultimate Collector. I'm not even sure what that's classified under. But anyways, the idea would be to be able to slide this in and join that set and fit in pretty well. That would be the main goal. So I did go ahead, and what I started with is I built that front door from the set officially, and then I made some changes to it, and I then built the two little kind of table or sitting areas. I mirrored the one side, and when I open it up, you'll see that. Obviously, with a few other liberties, changing a few things. And then I just kind of put on a backside using spare parts I had left over. But the doors, again, exactly the same. It lifts up, as you can see here, just like in the actual set. It's still got the security eye droid, or whatever we want to call it. I can't remember its official name. But I left that in there. I really did just leave that whole thing the same. All I did was move that circle kind of tower on the front of it back to the middle of the build. If I bring it forward and kind of turn it a little bit, you'll see what I did is, like I said, I just took the sides of the one build, mirrored it, and it's pretty much the same. The only difference is I went ahead and I got rid of the red on the outside. I actually do want to go ahead when I change these myself. I want to change out the some of the light gray bricks with either dark tan or dark gray. I'm not 100% sure yet. I want to look at that Mos Eisley Cantina and see what parts they used to show the broken up structures or the weathered structures and mimic that. Again, this, I was just trying to stay with the set parts so anyone else can build this. The back side here, as you can see, I wanted to give just a little design to it, a little texture. Obviously, just having a plain flat back is boring. I did go ahead, actually on both sides, though I mirrored it on the right and left. The interior, the exterior, I tried to change up a little bit. The vent type things on the far sides are the only things that are similar. Otherwise, I tried to vary everything else. We'll go ahead and continue to turn it. Like I said, inside it's pretty much a mirror, or inside it is a mirror, outside it's pretty close to being a mirror of the other side of the build, but just a little bit of different detailing. I will, before we open up the inside the roof, I just added some of those crates and barrels you get. I added those along the top just to add some detail, and the idea that you could get up here and either store stuff or defend the little outpost or hang out from up there. And then to get inside, I'm actually going to leave it like this because it's going to open from the back. You just take this top section off here. This comes off pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Put that off to the side, and then you just unfold the back. So just like that, as I said here and here, if you own the set or if you look at images of the set, it's pretty much a mirrored from a structural build standpoint. Some of the chairs and stuff that are in there are different placing. I did add in a green astromech as well. I forgot I put that guy in there. But again, I just had a couple of these Quarrens I ended up picking up from my local bricks and minifigs as well as online. I bought one or two. So I got a couple of them just hanging out here. I'd like to get one or two more just to kind of fill it out, or even the outside a bit, depending on how I redesign the outside. But I did want to design it very much like the set I took the parts from, as well as the Mos Eisley Cantina, where it's can close up and look nice, you know, from the outside, but you can open it up and either A, play inside, or just set up some scenes to kind of leave it like that for a little bit. Now the downside is when it's open, this thing kind of just sits off to the side wherever. It doesn't really fit in with the build or fit in with the display if you were to do it like that. But as I said, I'm going to make some changes to this. That way I'm not limited by the parts within the set, but I want to record this video as a kind of alternate build, or, you know, whatever. Yeah, alternate build is actually the word. I don't know why I'm trying to think of a different word. But otherwise I got a little kind of stage or seat up there. I'm thinking about putting... because it was kind of just a raised platform. Originally maybe it was going to be a stage, but I'm thinking I'm going to turn it into where the boss sits. I think that's going to be a lot better. Have the boss sitting up there. You got kind of these just parts added in for detail. You got tables and holograms and seats here and there. For that you got one Quarren as security. You got the control panel to open the door on the other side. The goal would be to keep the raised here and then low here when I go ahead and switch everything over. But for right now, this is what it looks like. Again, if you own the set, these three components are exactly from the set. This is just a reversed version of the one side, or whatever side's the reversed version. And then I added in some detailing on the outside is different. This middle section is completely different. Initially, I actually just slid out the back and then you unfolded it, but I wanted to keep everything together except for the roof component you take off. And my solution was actually to just put a seat that connects the one side of the outpost to the middle. But otherwise, that's it. Yeah, it's been a minute, I think, since I've talked about a MOC, and definitely the first time I've done something like this. Whether it's considered an alternate build or more of this kind of very set style build, like, hey, LEGO could do something like this and sell this. It was kind of what the goal was when you make when I made the alternate build, or decide to make an alternate build with these parts. Let me know down in the comments below if you want to see my modified version of this, where I go ahead and make it more of what I want it to look like, getting away from the part constrictions of the two sets. So yeah, comment down below if that's what you'd like to see. But otherwise, that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry it's been a while since I put up a video, or at least... I don't know, maybe it hasn't been a while, but it feels like it's been a while, at least since I've recorded a video. But I want to thank you all for watching again. As I said, comment down below. Let me know if you'd like to see the updated or modified version of this. Otherwise, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it. Either way, it lets me know how these videos do and what you like to see. Please consider subscribing and check out my other videos. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video.